Hello Skillshare, my name is Great Jabez. I am a cryptocurrency investor and a trader for a very long time right now. And I made this video to make it easier for you as your entry into cryptocurrency. I will make this very practical so that by the end of this course, you know what to do to get started with crypto. You're now gonna have by the end of this course, you will have some cryptocurrency in your wallet. You will know what types of different wallets means and how to secure your investments and so on and so forth. And you're also going to learn about trading and portfolio management in a very basic way. So it's short and sweet, but if you want to get into the depth of investing and trading, I also have a separate course here where you can go and check it out and really become well versed in those aspects. Otherwise, I don't want to waste too much of your time. As for myself, like I said, I'm a trader, investor, and I've been in the space for a long time. I started pretty much with nothing, and I've been growing my my investments over time. I also own my own exchange. I'm also available on YouTube as Hardcore Crypto. Maybe some of you know me from my YouTube channel already. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching, and let's get this started right now. So what is Bitcoin? I'm going to take my time on this one to make sure that nobody is left behind. Make sure that everyone understands. So I've also created multiple videos on this subject to make sure that we all, you can watch different videos with different examples and you'll be able to understand it. So instead of answering what Bitcoin is, I can give you a technical explanation, but you probably will not get it because it doesn't make sense at the beginning. But I will give you the history of it. So in 2009, a fellow called Satoshi Nakamoto launched Bitcoin in 2009, right? The guy launched the Bitcoin and he made himself anonymous. We can only hear from him based on the white paper that he wrote about Bitcoin and some of the emails that were found with people who were involved with the Bitcoin project at the beginning, right? But the idea was to make Bitcoin a decentralized and censorship-free cryptocurrency, meaning that it's only computers that will be controlling Bitcoin, and those computers will be connected through the internet. And that means it does not matter where the computer is or who owns it. That's the censorship-free part, right? The bank have the power to freeze your money today. They can say, hey, we don't like you anymore. Maybe you have done something wrong. And then they can say, we're freezing your account. Bitcoin was meant to not even allow anybody to have that control or power. Governments can do whatever they want with money. They can change money laws, and you can see good or bad things happen. We have seen what happened to Zimbabwe. We have seen what happened to Venezuela. Because the governments were bad, they affect the monetary policies, and then the money can go to trash. Bitcoin was created with a set of rules that cannot be broken. It doesn't matter who you are. You can be a president, but you're not going to control what has to happen within Bitcoin. And you cannot destroy Bitcoin or stop it because like I said, it's digital. It's not money you can touch. It's not gold where you can go and, take it away from people. You can ban Bitcoin in China, but people in America will still use it. You can buy Bitcoin in America, Africans will still use it, and Asians, right? So that is where it's the censorship-free and the decentralization part of it. So it doesn't care about borders, much like not like how fiat currencies. When I say fiat currency means all the other currencies in the world: the dollar, the rand, the yen, the yuan. All those currencies are fiat because they're issued by government and they dictate what value they hold, at least to a certain level. So if you're traveling from, say, America, you're traveling to Europe, it means that you have to exchange your money from dollars to euros so that you can buy things with it. The same if you move from Europe to Africa, you have to change exchange your dollars into the currency of that country. If you're in Botswana, you change it to the Botswanan currency to make sure, which is the puller, to make sure you can buy things with the money, right? Whereas Bitcoin does not need that. It's digital, it's stored on your phone or on a hardware wallet, or you can even write down the private keys on a piece of paper, which makes it very easy to transport or to transfer. I can walk away with $1 billion worth of Bitcoin, pretty much the same as I can walk with $10 worth of Bitcoin. It's exactly the same. It's digital money. I hope that part you guys understand. Another thing that's worth understanding, or that makes a lot of people curious about Bitcoin, is the pricing point. Oh, why Bitcoin is going up? Bitcoin is going up, or it's going down. Oh, it's so volatile. Why is the volatility part of Bitcoin? Or even to begin with, why does Bitcoin started from nothing to where it is now? Well, at the beginning, the only way to get Bitcoin was to mine it, because nobody had it. It was launched. The only person who had it was the guy who created it, or the girl who created it. Nobody knows. For the rest of the world, they had to mine it. So I do have friends who used to mine Bitcoin way back. That's how they used to get Bitcoin. And it means there was a very small number of people that were using Bitcoin, right? But the more people were knowing about Bitcoin and started mining it, the community started to grow. And there are people who didn't want to mine the Bitcoin, right? They just wanted to use it for something. You can use Bitcoin for a lot of things. You can use it to make online payments, send money across with countries, because, like I said, it doesn't see borders and it's not controlled by anyone. So people were using Bitcoin for all sorts of reasons. If you have an online store and you're in a country where credit cards are not really a thing, or they're not even allowed, you can use Bitcoin to accept payments. So that's what people were doing. So they would buy Bitcoin using the US dollars, and then it started growing from there. So because Bitcoin has a very important element of a limit, it's limited, it has a cap. There will only be 21 million Bitcoins to exist in the world. And the more people buy Bitcoin, the network becomes larger. The blockchain of Bitcoin becomes larger, which means it becomes increasingly difficult to mine the Bitcoins, right? Then the cost of people to get involved in mining and what it takes, it became incredibly expensive and difficult to manage, because you needed, special machines to mine with in a very cold environment, because those miners, they can get heat up, right? So people were like, most people, they don't want to get involved in mining. They just want to use the Bitcoin, so they would just buy it and do whatever they want to do with it, much like we do today, right? So because the demand for Bitcoin keeps on increasing, the price of Bitcoin also increases. It's a demand and supply business, right? The concept of demand and supply, which is basic economics. When you have more buyers than supply, things go up in price, right? When you have more people selling than more people wanting something, the price goes down. That's why you see the price of Bitcoin going up and down. So yes, the price of Bitcoin has been volatile from $3,000 to $20,000 in 1 year in 2017, and reversing back to about the 3,000 levels. And now, as I speak, it's at about $8,000, right? We have seen those volatilities in a very short period of time, but in the long run, you will see that the trajectory of Bitcoin is that it has been increasingly going up, right? So that is one of the things that attracted people, because they saw others who make money from Bitcoin just by investing early, and then eventually they became some millionaires. Some just made a couple of thousands, and some people built companies around the concept of Bitcoin. So in a shell, Bitcoin is just like any other currency, like the US dollar or gold or the South African rand, except it's not controlled by government. It's censorship free. Nobody really will tell you what to do with your Bitcoin, and nobody knows really how much Bitcoin you have. That's the thing. And a lot of people say Bitcoin is anonymous. It's not really anonymous. It's pseudonymous. That means the wallet that you use are not really under a name of a person, but they can be traced if needed. So Bitcoin, it's special because, like I say, it cannot be destroyed. The government, they cannot really ban it entirely. It's impossible to ban it. And You cannot fake a Bitcoin transaction. You can't make a fake Bitcoin. There's no such a thing. So those things are the reason why Bitcoin is very attractive and it's a very big thing, right? From the technological point of view, it's a giant leap in technology. It was a really, really great moment in human history to be able to have a currency now in our modern history that's not controlled by a government, and it cannot be reversed and you cannot fake it, which is very interesting because the traditional fiat currency system is full of people who like to change things around, and then they make mistakes and the economies collapse. What happened to Zimbabwe? What happened to Venezuela? Bitcoin has rules. Nobody can change those rules unless the community agrees to change those rules. That is the only way you can change it, which is incredibly difficult as you have so many miners across the world, right? Miners are people who help you and I facilitate the Bitcoin transaction. If I send you the Bitcoin, computers have to verify that transaction, and the person who owns that computer has to get paid, right? So Bitcoin in a nutshell is a digital currency. You can't touch it, but is a form of currency that really looks like it will be pivotal and the model of what a currency will look like in the future where we're going, right? Because the world is becoming more globalized and becoming as a one unit. We already have the internet. It connects all of us. It feels like we all one people these days. You know, it doesn't even matter where you are. We access the same websites, share the same information. We share music. We share files and photos every day. Why can we not exchange money the same way we do with pictures and photos, right? It's incredibly difficult for you to send money from one place to another, especially when you're sending money through different countries. I mean, it's already difficult to send money from one bank to a different bank. It's never instant, right? But so let alone transferring money between countries. It's just crazy. So Bitcoin solved those kind of problems. So it's not as complicated as people make it to be, but it is an incredible leap in human history. It is a really, really pivotal moment. So I hope this video answered your questions of what Bitcoin is and what it can do. Well, what it can do, you can buy and sell things with it, right? And in the next video, I'll explain something else that is very important. Thank you. Hey guys, so in this video, we're gonna look at how do we actually buy the Bitcoin, right? And we use Bitcoin as an example because once you have the Bitcoin, you can simply convert it into any other cryptocurrencies that you would like to have. So we buy Bitcoin from what we call Bitcoin exchanges or cryptocurrency exchanges. These places are sort of like banks. You can think of them as banks or foreign currency exchanges, or you can think of them as marketplaces. So there are different types of exchanges, but the ones that we're going to look at now pretty much works almost as if they are exchange bureaus, exchanging currencies. These ones allow you to deposit your money, meaning cash, US dollar, euro, South African rand, whatever it is, depending on where you are in the world. You deposit the funds into their wallet of your account, and then they allow you to take that money and buy Bitcoin with it. And then there are other exchanges that allow you to trade, which are meant for trading. Those are the ones that show you a chart and different type of information that is relevant for trading. But in this specific video, we're just going to look at buying your first Bitcoin. So all you need to do is to sign up for a cryptocurrency exchange that allow you to buy Bitcoin in your country. In the course material, you'll see I have different types of links for exchanges that I personally recommend, that I've used, and I find them very helpful and very safe as well. So if you're in the United States, for example, you can use Coinbase. That works also if you're in the UK. If you're in, say, Nigeria or South Africa, you can use Luno. If you are in Somewhere else in the world, you could use bitcoin.com wallet. It also allows you to buy Bitcoin. So there are different ones for different countries. And in the document, in the course material, I have indicated, depending on where you are in the world, which exchanges I recommend. So your first task in this video is to go out there, buy your first Bitcoin on the exchanges. I do have a tutorial that shows you to buy Bitcoin from, say, Coinbase, because Coinbase is the biggest and the most popular crypto exchange in the world and trusted by so many. So Coinbase tutorial that I also have a tutorial for Luno, which is also popular in Europe and Africa. So let's go and get started. By the next video, I hope you have some Bitcoin in your wallet. Then we're gonna continue with our session. Thank you. In this video, we're gonna talk about altcoins and diversification of your portfolio. So you might be wondering, what are altcoins? Altcoins are any other coin that is not Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the original cryptocurrency, right? Meaning that it's the first one and it was the only one for some time until the other ones started coming into the space. And those ones that are not Bitcoin are simply altcoins. Alt means alternative, coin is for coins. So it's kind of a hybrid word of alternative and coin mixed together, it's altcoin. And you might be wondering, so what do all these other coins represent? Well, you need to remember that each coin is simply, think of them as stocks, right? Different stocks represent different companies that do different things. So in the case of Bitcoin, or Bitcoin is a currency, let's imagine it's $1, right? Almost. And then you can imagine other currencies like Ethereum being Google, because the job or the task of Ethereum, it's meant to act as a platform for building decentralized applications, right? Smart contracts platform. And you have other coins that also, like storage, that are meant for decentralized storage. So in the entire blockchain space, there are different applications for blockchain, and you realize that each one of those projects have their own coin or their own token, depending on how the model of their token works. And that coin, if it's not Bitcoin, then it makes a list on the altcoin. And where do you find altcoins? To buy them, you buy them from several exchanges. Pretty much all exchanges have different types of altcoins. And if you want to diversify your portfolio a little bit, you go out there and buy some coins. Otherwise, you can also buy altcoins in your in your wallet that you're using. A lot of wallets have a function that allows you to exchange the coins or to swap them. So you can convert, if you have Bitcoin, you want to have some Bitcoin Cash, you can convert that Bitcoin into some Bitcoin Cash or into some Ethereum, into some XRP, different types of coins depending on what you want to do. I hope this made it clear for what altcoins are. Thank you. Hey, what's up guys? It's Gray here. What's up to all the new investors and traders who are just getting into cryptocurrency? In this video, I want to show you guys how to buy your cryptocurrency or to exchange it or to trade it, to send or receive it on Coinbase. Why Coinbase? Coinbase is the largest and the most trusted cryptocurrency exchange out there and wallet, meaning that you can buy cryptocurrency, but you can also store your cryptocurrency on Coinbase and use it to send or receive cryptocurrency from others. And most important thing, if you don't have the Coinbase app or you don't have a Coinbase account, make sure you use the link in the description of this video. Or if you're watching this on Skillshare, make sure you use the link in the show notes. Make sure you get yourself verified and add some funds into your Coinbase wallet. You do that through your bank account. You just connect Coinbase and your bank account, then it allows you to transfer some money from your bank into Coinbase, and you use those dollars to buy cryptocurrency or those euros or whatever. One thing to keep in mind here is that Coinbase works everywhere in the world as a blockchain or a Bitcoin wallet, right? Meaning that you can store Bitcoin wherever you are in the world and send it to others. It doesn't matter because it's a Bitcoin wallet or a crypto wallet. Cryptocurrencies are global in nature, so it doesn't matter where you are. But for you to deposit funds from your bank account, meaning US dollars directly from your bank to Coinbase, you have to be in a few countries that Coinbase operates with banks, like the United States, for example. If you're in the US, it's easier. You're just going to connect your bank account with Coinbase, deposit funds. If you're in the UK and a few other countries in Europe, it's the same process. Whereas if you're not in those places, it's not going to allow you to deposit funds directly or connect with your bank account. So if you like Coinbase, you can just use it as a wallet if you want to. Otherwise, if you're in different parts of the world, just find what works for you. In general, I tend to go more for exchanges that works anywhere in the world, like Binance, which the link is also in the description. But if you're in Europe or in Africa, I would say Luno. The link is in the description as well. So just make sure you pick what works in your country to make things easier for you. So this is the homepage, and this is my portfolio balance right here. In this wallet, I have $9, and this chart here represents your assets and how your portfolio is growing. This is the watch list. It can be coins that you're holding in this portfolio, and obviously this kind of represents that. So you can see it's been growing, and today I withdrew like 284 today, and then it went all the way down here, as you can see here. So I'm not based in the United States, so I don't really use Coinbase. That's why I just don't use as much like that. But it's a beautiful wallet, love it. And this is a watch list of different assets. And if you scroll down here, you'll see it says earn crypto. You can earn cryptos here with Coinbase just by, if you go, it takes you to a platform called Coinbase Earn. You watch a few videos, answer a few questions, and it gives you free money. And I have a video dedicated to that on my YouTube channel where you guys can go and check out how that works. And below here is showing you your portfolio, the coins that you had, and the recent transactions that you have made. So like I told you, today is the May 16th. I received some Bitcoin here a little bit, and also I sent some Bitcoin here, as you can see, which is what I was showing you here. And also I received some Bitcoin here. So, it just goes on and on. And I only have Bitcoin in my portfolio here. So that's why it's saying 100% right here. And if you want to send or receive cryptocurrency, let's use Bitcoin as an example because it's popular. You click on this asset and you're going to click send. And you're going to have to paste the address of the person that you're trying to send to. So there's multiple ways to do this, right? You can use an email address here, for example, but I don't recommend to use an email address because if you're using an email address, it requires the other recipient to also have a Coinbase account. In the cryptocurrency sort of ecosystem, we use these things called wallet addresses. They look like this, right? This is a wallet address. It's an alphanumeric, I think it's about 26 digits or so, which we use to send or receive cryptocurrencies. So this is kind of like your bank account wallet, but it's disposable because one wallet can have so many wallet addresses. So if you're trying to send some Bitcoin to your mother, make sure they send you their wallet or BTC address, and then you're gonna paste it here, and you set the amount that you want to send, let's say $5, and then you're gonna go continue, and you'll be able to send. You can do this, but with any other cryptocurrency, by the way, with any assets. You can do it with, say, Ethereum. The same applies. You can do it with Bitcoin Cash. The same applies. Because my wallet is empty, it cannot allow me to send, but it can now allow me to receive. So if I want to receive Bitcoin Cash, by the way, this applies for any other currency, I go understand. Now you can see it's giving me this wallet address, and wallet address is unique for one coin. So you cannot use the same Bitcoin address or this Bitcoin Cash address to receive Bitcoin BTC or to receive Ethereum. If I want to receive Ethereum, I need an Ethereum address. If I want to receive a Bitcoin Cash, I need to use Bitcoin Cash address. Or if I want to send some money from my phone into, so say you're with your friend right now, you want to send you Bitcoin in front of your computer, or you have your Coinbase app on your phone, it opens up this QR code where they can scan from their wallet, and you don't have to send them the address specifically. But if you want to send it through a WhatsApp message or an SMS so that they can send you, you just copy this, then you paste to the chat so that they can send you the money. And this is not private. This can be public. Nobody can steal your money by seeing your cryptocurrency public address. This is a public address. Another cool thing we can do with Coinbase is to trade our currencies. So let's say you have a lot of Bitcoin, but you're like, I think Ethereum looks promising in the next few weeks, or in the next month, or in the next years. I think I want to buy some Ethereum with using some of the Bitcoin that I have. You click here, trade. and you're gonna see a pop-up screen. You're gonna choose trade, say $5 worth of my Bitcoin into Ethereum, and I'll preview the trade, and I will trade now. Your order was submitted. We'll send you an email when the order is done. Basically, it's done. So look, this is a very basic way to trade a coin or to trade cryptocurrencies. You pay the highest amount of fees because this is what we call a market order. But Coinbase is not really good for actual trading. You know, this is kind of like very basic. And if you're trading with a lot of money, you're exchanging coins with big amounts, you actually lose a lot of money by paying exorbitant fees. There is a better way to do this using other exchanges. I have links in the descriptions where you can find all those platforms. Hey guys, in this one, we're going to talk about how to secure your cryptocurrencies, whether that's Bitcoin, Ethereum, and different types of cryptocurrencies that are out there. There are two different types of cryptocurrency wallets. Number one is what we call a custodial wallet. And there are also other wallets that we call a non-custodial wallet. So let me break these into different scenarios. So the custodial wallet almost function like a bank account. If you have an account with Coinbase, you have an account with Luno, you have an account with Gemini, whatever exchange that you use to buy cryptocurrency, you have their app. It means that they are actually in control of your coins. Remember, in the cryptocurrency community, we say, not your keys, not your coins, right? So what is a key? So for every Bitcoin or cryptocurrency that you have, on the blockchain itself, it's represented by a key pair. A key pair is pretty much two different characters that represent a coin. The number one pair is what we call a private key. A private key is the coin itself. If I have your private key, it means that I can steal your money. Whereas a public key is what you use to receive the money into your account. The public key doesn't matter. That's what you share with your friends when you want to receive or you want to send Bitcoin. But the private key is the coin itself. So if you're using a custodial wallet like Coinbase and all these popular wallets that are simple, you sign up, you use your email to reset password and stuff, those are custodial wallets. They're keeping your money, meaning that if they had to get hacked or something had to happen to them, then you would also stand a chance of losing all your money. This has happened before in history. We used to have an exchange back in the day called Mt. Gox. It got hacked and a lot of people who had their money on that exchange lost money. So I don't really recommend you keeping your money on a cryptocurrency exchange or a wallet that is custodial, right? Those are good for buying and quickly selling if you need to. But the most important way to go about this is to use a non-custodial wallet. A non-custodial wallet means that you are keeping your coins on your own. Okay, meaning that your private keys are with you and nobody else has them. You're in control. You become your own bank almost immediately. The risk, however, is that if you're not careful and you lose the access to your keys, then you lose all your money. That because, you know, cryptocurrency makes you your own bank. But there's ways to secure this. So an uncustodial wallet that I recommend, for example, is bitcoin.com wallet. And when you're downloading these apps, you need to make sure that you're downloading the actual right one, because if you download the wrong one, you could also get scammed. So the bitcoin.com wallet, I also have a link in the course material. Another wallet I recommend is the blockchain wallet. But the ultimate wallet is the hardware wallet. So the hardware wallet that I recommend is called a Ledger Nano wallet, because it's a piece of hardware that you actually keep at home on your own. A hardware wallet also means that you cannot get hacked, meaning that you're not putting money on an exchange, so your funds cannot get hacked. But also nobody can really hack it because the cryptocurrency is not online. The money is now offline on a hardware wallet. Just make sure when you buy the hardware wallet, the Ledger Nano X, it gives you a small piece of paper with a bunch of words that you would use to back up your wallet. Meaning that even if you lose that piece of USB stick, you would still be able to back up your wallet on a different wallet and recover your coins. And that is the wallet that I recommend. I also have a link in the documentation of the course where you guys can go and buy it for your own. It only costs you $100 maybe, but it saves you a lot of money. If you guys follow my YouTube channel, Hardcore Crypto, you would see that I've made several videos of people who actually got hacked or they lost money on exchanges. or something ridiculous happened, they lost their phone or their phone get hacked. For you to avoid all those kind of scenarios, get yourself a hardware wallet. Another way to do this, the cheapest way, is to use a paper wallet. I've also put a link in the description that shows you step by step on how to do that. Meaning that you need to get to put your private keys on a piece of paper, and whenever you want to access your coins to send them to someone, you need to punch in one by one of those keys on a computer to make them accessible, and then you can send or receive. You can also use a QR code to pretty much back them up and things like that. But I have several videos that shows you step by step how does this work. I just hope in this video I've made it clear what it means to have a Bitcoin wallet. You need to understand now what wallet are you using? Is it custodial? Is it a non-custodial wallet? I recommend non-custodial wallets, especially hardware wallets are the best. Thank you. So this is the ledger. It's stacked in here, and it has this little plastic wrap here or paper. You can actually unwrap this. There you go. And it's shiny as hell. And there's a screen in here, but you can't see because the screen is pitch black. It has two buttons, just like the previous Ledger Nano, which had the paddles on top. This one has left button. I actually thought it's only one button because this one I didn't know that it's a button too. So it has one, two, left and right, forward and back, right? So to switch it on, you have to press both buttons like this. You can see now we have Ledger. And it says to welcome to Ledger Nano X. Press the right button to continue, which I'm going to press this one here. Tap. Download Ledger Wallet at ledger.com. Then then press right, which I've already done that on my computer and on my phone. So I hope you guys do the same. The link to downloading the app from their website is down below. If you're using iPhone, Apple, you're going to have to go on the App Store and download the app. If you're using Android, the same, you go to the Play Store. Yeah, on Android you call it Play Store. I'm an Apple guy. So this is the most important book. This is your will. In case you happen to die, which I know you don't like to hear about that, but you will. You're gonna have to leave some of the money that you're collecting to your kids or your family or whatever. So this is where you type your passphrase. You know, they're giving you the recovery sheet. It has numbers 1 to 24. It's a 24 phrase, right? It's a 24 word phrase that you use. So it's going to be giving us different numbers from 1 to 20, different words. And it will say word 1 is apple, word 2 is camera, word 3 is whatever. So you have to keep this safe, or if you want, you can memorize them. And this is very, very important because if somebody gets hold of this, they can steal your coins on another device. So this is how to be secret, and it's good that there are 3 of them. It depends on how you want to do it. You can write, you can copy, or you can make one original and just then sit down and copy the same on this one and copy the same on this one. Then you have 3 of them, and you keep them on 3 different spots if you want to. Now we're going to go on the computer, fire it up, and we start the tutorial on screen. So let's continue. The next thing I'm going to try to do here is to download Ledger Live. I've already downloaded and installed it on my computer. And my Ledger is now ready to go. It says now dashboard. So if you want to continue, all you have to do is download it now, and here you can see it's on mobile as well. But for this tutorial, I'll do it on a desktop, but the procedure is the same on mobile as well. All you have to do is to connect your Ledger to your phone. So first you plug in your Ledger. I plugged in my Ledger on my computer. If you have a laptop that has a Bluetooth connection, you can connect it using Bluetooth as well. I'm going to put my passcode. I'm on my Ledger right now, putting my passcode. Done. Now it's telling me install app, and you can see my computer just beeped, says, oh, your device is ready to go. And now I installed my Ledger Live. This is what it looks like. It's installed. There's nothing in there. This is the first launch of it on my computer. And now I'm just gonna say get started. And now says initialize new device, restore device from recovery phase. So here I'm gonna click initialize as new device. Here Ledger Nano X is obviously this works with USB only. So say continue, and it says save your recovery phrase, blah blah blah, and all that stuff. You guys already warned you about that. Next, secure checklist. Did you choose your PIN code used by yourself? Yes. Is your Ledger device genuine? Check now. And Ledger has a way of checking if your device is really genuine. And now I have to go on my Ledger Allow ledger manager, have to confirm. Remember, to confirm, you have to press both buttons, the left and the right button. Here we go. And it's all confirmed. Your device is genuine. So we're going to go continue. And I will choose whether you want to use the password or not. When you're logging into your ledger live, this is this app here using the desktop. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm not going to bother to do this. This is up to you, really. If you don't care, you might just say continue. Bugs and analytics, I think this is pretty standard. You can just go ahead and say your device is ready. Boom, 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 confetti from the air. Open ledger live. So here, trade safely before sending and receiving crypto. Educate yourself to make informed decisions. So what we need to do is to open ledger manager, and you see it's already showing me I'm on the Ledger Nano X. I'm running this version of the software or the firmware, and these are all apps. Remember, you can install up to 100. So I can start installing apps by clicking install already. Bitcoin obviously must be the first one. And it says installing Bitcoin. It's already happening. And my ledger is showing processing. Now we have Bitcoin on the Ledger Nano. There we go. We can install Ethereum if you want to. Make sure your ledger is on the dashboard, because when you log into a coin or an app within the ledger, it's not going to allow you to install it. So when you log into your ledger, make sure you don't open any coin to be able to install stuff. You need to be on the dashboard level of the ledger. So right now, let me see what's... so I'm on the dashboard. It's showing me Ethereum. It's showing me a settings icon and my Bitcoin icon because I've installed Bitcoin. But hey, guys, you can install all these kind of coins you want. Whatever you have here, you can install as many coins as you want. If you go on your portfolio here, it doesn't even allow you to click it because you don't have anything. You don't have no portfolio right now, right? Or buy crypto, it kind of allows you to go there and it shows you what other platforms you can use to buy crypto. Now, if I want to log into a coin, for example, to go into accounts, right? Or say add accounts of my coins. For example, if you have a Bitcoin, inside the Bitcoin wallet, you can have multiple accounts and you can choose which ones you want to be viewing with this Ledger Live app. So let me give you an example. I'm going to go on my ledger right now. It's on Bitcoin right now. I selected Bitcoin. To enter the Bitcoin app, I'm going to have to click both buttons. For you to switch, so you want to go into the Ethereum, you have to click the left and right and navigate through. But now I want to go into the Bitcoin. I'm going to double click and say application is ready. Now I can say add accounts. What kind of account, what crypto assets do I want to add the account for? Bitcoin. And I say continue. And it's going to kind of add the account, synchronizing. And on the ledger, it says your account, your application is ready. So you can name the wallet whatever name you want, your Bitcoin account. Like this one, I'm gonna name it Moonboy 101, right? And I can say, yeah, I want this one to go, and I can add another one. And I can say, oh, that one has been successfully created. You can see here it's showing us, you can see it's showing us the Bitcoin account that we created, or the Bitcoin wallet. It has 0 USD. That means wherever you have your Bitcoin, whether on an exchange or on another device or in a different wallet, if you want to receive the Bitcoin and put it in this wallet, you just go receive, and then you select which account you want to select for. So for example, if you want to go, you can have multiple accounts. Remember, so if you go accounts, you see I have the Moonboy 101 wallet. If I want to receive Bitcoin into this, I just click here and say receive, and it's going to synchronize. It means I have to go inside my Bitcoin app on my device to be able to get an address for this account. So I went in, you can see it checked in, then I click continue, verification, continue, and it gave me my address here that I can send to someone to receive some BTC. I can just copy it and I can send it over. All right, so it's showing me the same address here on the ledger device. I have to double check the two, one on the wallet, one on the screen, to make sure they match. If they match, I can confirm. If you ever see them different, it might mean that you're being hacked. Someone is playing around with your computer. So you might want to cancel that. If you want to send, is the same thing. You go send. From which account do you want to send? So if you want to send Bitcoin, you select your Bitcoin wallet. You put the address to which you want to send the Bitcoin to here, and the amount, and you can choose to input the Bitcoin amount or the US dollar amount, and you can choose the fees that you want. Standard is pretty much fine, and here you click continue and the Bitcoin is sent. Alright, now that we have created our account, Moonboy101, using Bitcoin, what if we now want to create another one? Say this is now your Bitcoin wallet. Now you want to add another account where you're going to keep your Litecoin or Ethereum. You can go back here and say add and choose Ethereum and add it like that. And you can navigate. You can go to your Ethereum app on the device and click, and now it's all good. Continue. Now you have an Ethereum account, and you can actually give it a name just like you did with the other one. So this one, say you're gonna call it my dog wallet, my dog Ether, right? And that's your Ethereum wallet for your dog. And maybe you want to add another one for your cat or whatever. It just depends on whatever you want. Okay, so here you're gonna call this my Ether, my Ethereum. If you want to make two different wallets, so you have to make sure you check and confirm on this here. Otherwise, it's not gonna work. It's gonna close. So for you to confirm your wallet, okay, confirm and add account. And account successfully added. And if you want, you can add more or not. Accounts already on portfolio. So you see it's telling you you already can't add a new account before you receive any on your My Ethereum account. So you see, for you to add another one, another Ethereum wallet, you need to receive some Ethereum. That's what it seems right now. So okay, that's fine. We can close. And you can just go on and add all the other coins that you want for now. So that's pretty much how Ledger Live works. Here on the portfolio, what it means is it shows you the total amount of money you have in your wallet, including all the coins inclusive. And then here it actually shows you a chart of how your portfolio has been doing. Maybe it's been growing or shrinking. This includes withdrawals and deposits. So if we add money, you will see that today, this is today, then that means the graph here the chart is gonna go up. That on this point your portfolio went up because you put in more money. When you withdraw, you can see it going down, or when the market is going up and down, it fluctuates. And it can also be able to show you the chart weekly, monthly, and per annum, which really is interesting. And here it shows you the asset distribution. You have what asset, what price, distribution, amount, value. It shows you the distribution of your portfolio in total. So I hope I made any sense. Thank you guys for watching. Hey guys, so this video will explain what mining is. What is mining in cryptocurrency? I'm sure you have heard so many good success stories about mining, people making so much money from mining, and you have also heard that, you can simply just get paid every day when you mine. Look, that is true. But you have also seen some online cloud mining companies selling you the idea of mining. But the idea really is that Bitcoin, as the first cryptocurrency, it uses this consensus mechanism called proof of work. Now, that might sound complicated, but it's not. Bitcoin was modeled based on the idea of gold, right? Gold, unlike paper money, which is simply printed, gold needs to be mined for you to have it. You dig the ground, look for it, you invest money and resources, waste a lot of energy to make sure that you can dig some gold. That's why it's so valuable, because it's rare. Nobody can just decide to print more of it, right? That's what makes gold very special. So Bitcoin has the same mechanism, but using computers. What the Bitcoin network does is that for every transaction, say if I want to send you some Bitcoin, then there's a need for computers to verify if my transaction is legit. Multiple computers around the world, and anyone can be a miner. Now, for all these people that are mining Bitcoin, when they successfully verify a transaction on the Bitcoin network by solving a mathematical problem that the network gives them, they earn some Bitcoin. Currently, miners are earning 6.25 Bitcoin per block. A block happens every 10 minutes. A block is simply, a box of transactions put together, and they're being processed on the Bitcoin network. Now, that block does not always have to be mined by one person. it can be mined by so many different miners from around the world who belong in the same pool. They also just group together to mine a block, for example, right? And then it gets distributed to anyone who was involved into that block reward. Now, let's say you want to get into Bitcoin mining. It's a very interesting idea that, you know, if you're mining, you just earn money by your computers working for you. That's true. But now the mining difficulty is so high because the network of Bitcoin is too big now. So it costs a lot of energy and computational power for you to be able to successfully mine in a profitable way. So unless you have hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions of dollars to invest into mining, I don't really recommend mining Bitcoin to earn Bitcoin. Maybe you can mine other cryptocurrencies, other altcoins for you to actually get some cryptos. Otherwise, I would recommend just investing in the right cryptocurrencies or Bitcoin itself or dollar cost averaging. For a lot of people who don't have big budgets to invest into mining, that's pretty much the better option. Thank you guys for watching. Hey guys, in this video, we're going to talk about Ethereum. And Ethereum, unlike Bitcoin, Ethereum is much easier to understand if you think about it. Ethereum is a blockchain-based operating system, in very simple words, that allows people to build apps on top of it, right? Meaning that if you want to build your own dApp or a decentralized application, you don't need to necessarily create your own blockchain from scratch. You can simply just build it on top of the Ethereum blockchain. A good example I can give on this is that Ethereum is much more like Windows, right? Windows operating system, it allows people to build on top of it. So if you want to create, say, a game, or an app for Windows for people to use, you don't need to create your own Windows and say to people like, hey, if you want to play my game, install this operating system and then you can play it. No, right? You build it on Windows so that if people have the Windows, they can simply just play the game on top of Windows. So Ethereum is like the Windows, and then people will be building the apps on top of it. Or in other words, we can say it's like iOS. You can build iOS apps and they run on top of the iOS operating system. So Ethereum is sort of a second generational cryptocurrency after Bitcoin, because Bitcoin only has one use case, one function. You know, you can only you can only use it as money to send transactions back and forth. Whereas Ethereum, you can now build on top of it, right? Which I think is a very good proposition. And in the world of Web 3.0 that we're entering, Ethereum stands a good chance of success. It's already a leading cryptocurrency in that space, but also it's second to Bitcoin, even though it was not the second cryptocurrency to be created after Bitcoin. There were some of them that were like long created early even right after Bitcoin. But Ethereum has managed to accumulate a market cap of about $22 billion as I speak right now. So I hope this video gave you a good overview of what Ethereum is all about. So if people are building apps on Ethereum, for every little function that they have to do on the network, they have to pay in Ether to the network. And that is how the Ethereum becomes more valuable, because if more people are building on top of Ethereum, it means that more people are going to need Ethereum to run the functions or the contracts. So what kind of applications would we need to use Ethereum for? Right, that's a good question. But if you think about it, for things that we cannot trust human beings or companies to do, like voting, for example, right? We can use Ethereum for that because it's decentralized. Let's take an issue of voting. You cannot trust Google or Facebook to handle our voting structure, because even though they can, technologically, they're capable, we cannot trust them because they're a centralized company. They're a business, a company, meaning that if they decide to go into the data and manipulate it, they can. They have that power. What would stop them if they want to, right? We have already seen before in the United States elections where Facebook's data was used to manipulate information, which led to somewhat a distortion of the vote. It sort of affected the voting process, right? And we wouldn't want a company like that to hold an election. So we'll use something like Ethereum, because you cannot reverse transactions, you cannot stop transactions. And when I say transaction, it can be a financial transaction or any other information. When you write a smart contract on the Ethereum blockchain, it's written in stone and it's going to be there forever. So those are the type of things that if you're running a contract, right, an agreement with someone, if you say, if A is B, then X must happen, it means that if you do that in a smart contract on Ethereum blockchain, it will happen on its own without any human interference. So you can think of things like supply chain, fintech. You can think of things like management. And you can think of things like law themselves, legal. The legal space will also be highly disrupted, because for things that we need lawyers for, we're essentially just gonna do it on the blockchain by writing a small smart contract. And the smart contract will make sure that things happen accordingly, because, you know, computers are much more efficient when it comes to things like those. It's input and output. So if you put conditions on the input, then you will get the expected outcome on the output because of the conditions were met. If those conditions are not met, you're not going to get your expected outcome. So it is a sort of the most solid way to secure data, because the data is also decentralized, meaning that it's not in one place like Facebook data is, where they can go into your account, they can take it down, they can delete it, they can change the information, they can look into your photos, even though you have them privately saved on your Facebook account. On the blockchain, everything is hashed and is secured by what we call a private key, meaning that for someone to access any piece of data that is hashed into a certain that is secured by a certain key using encryption method, you would need that specific key to access that information. And if you come from a place like I come from in Africa, you would see that for the majority of the land, there is no title deeds, right? And title deeds are very important, but that's also, they're kind of boring and very old and complicated, right? Things like those can be done easily on an Ethereum blockchain, in which if you own a piece of land, that piece of land can be identified on the blockchain using a private key, right? And it can be converted into tokens, meaning that if you have those tokens, it means that that land is really yours. And if you want to sell that piece of land, you have to move those tokens, send them to someone else. Or if it's a number of people that own a piece of land, say business partners or a family, you can say, per piece of land, let's generate 100 tokens. Whoever contributed more on buying that piece of land will have, say, 60% of the token. The others will distribute the other tokens, meaning that for one asset, you can now sort of break it apart into very small pieces, meaning that everyone can own a little piece of something. I hope that makes any sense, guys. But that was my attempt to make sure that you guys get a glimpse of what Ethereum is all about. It's a great platform. I'm personally invested in it. I believe in it as an investment. Thank you guys for watching, and stay awesome. Another question that I get quite a lot is about earning cryptocurrency. So, Gray, where do I actually earn some Bitcoin? I mean, that's a very valid question, because when I got very interested into crypto, I didn't have the money to even buy some Bitcoin, even though it was cheap at the time. So I started by working for someone who could pay me in Bitcoin, doing some website related stuff, right? And that kind of worked out for me. So I can recommend the same thing for you to work for people or companies. You can work for people like me. I can pay you in Bitcoin. Work for people who actually pay you in Bitcoin, or companies, especially crypto related companies. Right now, if you go on LinkedIn, there's so many blockchain companies that are looking to hire people, and there is only a few amount of people that actually know more about crypto, or who are even interested to get into cryptocurrency. You don't have to be an expert into cryptocurrency. I mean, if you're a marketing person, if you're a business developer, you're a sales guy, you can get into crypto and continue with that role and earn in cryptocurrencies. Another way to do it is that if you're a freelancer and you work online, you can actually register for cryptocurrency freelance sites. There's so many of them here, and I will put a list of them in the course material. You guys can go in there and check them out, sign up, you get work, and you get paid. Other unusual sites as well where you can find a lot of work in the crypto space are Reddit. Pretty much every cryptocurrency project has a Reddit and a very active community, and people pretty much give each other's work on there. I used to do that myself also in the early beginning, and you can earn good money doing that. Another way to do it is through cryptocurrency earning sites. For example, Coinbase has a platform that they call Coinbase Earn, meaning that they give you micro tasks. You do a little bit of work, like the popular one right now. You watch videos about a certain cryptocurrency, and then they ask you certain questions. And if you get those questions right after watching, say, a 2-minute video, you get paid in that cryptocurrency, which is great. And it's up to you whether you want to keep that cryptocurrency, or you can convert it into Bitcoin BTC or Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, or you want to sell it into US dollars and get your money out. Another way to do it is through using, say, cryptocurrency social media platforms like Steemit. There is another one now called Hive. I have a video on my YouTube channel, Hardcore Crypto, that would actually show you how to do this. You get paid by when you post and people like your content, you get paid. Or you can use the Brave browser, also give you some cryptocurrencies by using Brave, and you avoid ads. If you want to see ads, they pay you to see ads. So that's one way of doing it. But most importantly, just be proactive, and the easiest way is pretty much dollar cost averaging. You know, you buy with a little bit of money that you have. Say, I used to buy every month when I get paid, I used to buy a little bit of cryptocurrency. I used to take 10% of my money, put it into crypto, but also I was earning it on the side just so that I can accumulate faster. Another way is through trading, which has been for me, is pretty much the best. But it's a skill, something you need to learn. So if you can learn how to trade, I would recommend that you learn how to trade, and you can accumulate Bitcoin. And this takes us into our next video, where I explain exactly what trading cryptocurrency means and how it works. Thank you for watching. Now, in this video, we're going to talk about trading. How does trading cryptocurrency work? You know, like I said in the other video, that it's one of the most efficient or profitable ways to accumulate your Bitcoin, or to actually make money for a living, right? I do that full time. So it's essentially pretty much like how stocks work or Forex markets work. You're trading price differences on the markets on different assets, meaning that if you're in cryptocurrencies, you're trading, say, Bitcoin with Ethereum, right? There's always a volatility on all these assets, and what you want is to make money through the differences. Or you can trade your fiat currency, say US dollar, the Nigerian currency, the Naira, or the South African Rand, or the Indian Rupee with Bitcoin, right? Those two pairs, there's always a difference. So let me give you a scenario of how you can make money. Let's say, and I'll also give you another one where you can lose money. So let's say Bitcoin is $9,000 today for one Bitcoin, and you deposit money into your exchange. You buy one Bitcoin because you think that it will go up. It will go up in price. And 3 days later, it actually goes up in price. It reaches $10,000. It means that now you have $10,000 worth of Bitcoin, but you only paid $9,000 for it. You have made $1,000 profit, okay? And that can also be the opposite. You buy it at $9,000, and then 3 days later, it's now only worth $8,000. You have lost $1,000. That's how people make money. Now, a lot of people, when they think of trading, they always think about charts and complicated numbers and so many other screens around them. Look, that is true. That is trading. That's pretty much what I do in my personal life. But the reality is that you don't always have to do that. There's so many different strategies or methods of trading Bitcoin. One of them, for example, is peer-to-peer exchange, which is peer-to-peer trading, right? Meaning that I buy Bitcoin from an exchange, and then I sell it on a peer-to-peer platform like, say, local.bitcoin.com or Paxful or Local Bitcoins. I sell it as a vendor on the streets to someone, right? On the internet, it can be in real life. You sell it to your friends at a higher price that you bought it before. There's arbitrage, for example, right? I'll give you an example. In Africa, Bitcoin is more expensive than in the UK or in the United States or in Asia, right? Meaning that if I buy a Bitcoin in those countries and I bring it down to Africa, I'll sell it for a higher price than I bought it. I can make as high as 25% or more even, depending on which countries I'm doing this for. That's another form of trading. Another way to do it is through trading the markets. Like, now with the chart, spot trading, which means you're trading with no leverage, just asset price differences. But also you can trade derivatives, things like Bitcoin futures or Ethereum futures or whatever futures, meaning that you can now leverage or margin trading, right? You're trading with more money than you have. With only $100, leverage trading gives you a leverage to trade with $10,000, but you only have $100. But the thing is, you're risking your $100, you can lose it in a whim if the market goes against you, which is more like gambling on one side. But these are all things that you can learn. You just have to take some time and do it. Another important concept in the cryptocurrency space to understand is the idea of stable coins. So I'll give you a backstory of why these exist, right? But stable coins essentially are coins that represent fiat currencies on a one-to-one ratio, meaning that one stable coin, like the most popular stable coin right now is Tether, is called USDT for USD Tether. Means that one tether represents $1. It's backed by real dollars in the background. And you might be like, so why does that exist when you can just simply use dollars? The main issue was regulation. Most governments are skeptical about cryptocurrencies, so they cannot give cryptocurrencies a license to operate as a financial institution, right? They think it's too risky or whatever problems that they have. And this poses a problem in which if you're trading, say, Bitcoin, right? You have, as an example I gave on one video where you're trading, you bought Bitcoin at $8,000, you bought one Bitcoin, and then now it has reached $10,000, you have made $2,000. Now you think that Bitcoin actually will crash again, maybe it will go back to 7,000 for some reason, right? And you need to convert that Bitcoin back into dollars. Most exchanges don't have that feature, meaning that you were stuck in Bitcoin and that you could watch the market falling in front of you without any sort of protection, right? Because Bitcoin is very volatile. So creating the stable coin presented another cryptocurrency that acts as a hedge or a stable currency where you can escape the crypto market a little bit, sort of protecting your limiting your exposure to the cryptocurrency market, but still being in crypto. Because once you're in crypto, nobody can touch you. You have control over your coins. You can send them the way you want. You don't have to worry about the government so much and things like that. So the stable coins, actually, if you're trading especially, you meet a lot of cryptocurrency stable coins. And a few that I can name is Tether, DAI, Paxos. I think Binance, they have their own Binance stablecoin as well. So there's so many of them. And if you're trading, you're going to encounter a lot of this. And in places like Africa and Asia, where people have terrible inflation rate, people like to buy foreign currencies like the US dollar, and it's still difficult for them to get access of the US dollar. So what they're doing these days is that they buy stablecoins because there's no regulation for buying stablecoins and they're very easy to acquire than, say, the real cash US dollars. So, you know, they're finding their own use cases, and I think they're very important to the cryptocurrency market. Thanks for taking your time to learn about cryptocurrency, the basics, and really taking the first hinge to get started. A lot of people are stuck. You know, they always think these things are complicated, but you took the first leap and get yourself into the game, and now you understand it more. If you and if you want to really get into the depths, make sure you take my side project on this course, which will also help you to understand more and practice what you have learned from this course. Otherwise, I appreciate it. Make sure you check out my other courses. I have a trading course and an investing course that are more in-depth. And this one was more like, this course was more like a very talky, wishy-washy kind of thing, simply because it's the basics. I'm trying to make things easier by creating narratives and examples, imaginary examples, right? But they're also grounded into reality because the things that I'm telling you are things that I do and I've been doing. But the other courses are much more practical, right? Whereas I show you how I'm doing something and you also just follow through doing that. They are more tutorial based. This one was more for you to get your mindset right when you're understanding the most important things into the cryptocurrency market. Don't forget to check out the course material where I have all the links of everything that I've recommended, because this is very important. You need to use the links that I'm recommending that I have in the course material, because there's a lot of phishing scams out there going on. So if you go and type on your own on Google and you end up on the wrong site, I hope you don't blame me. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching and stay awesome.